Hello everyone, welcomes to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Arizona Animal Shelter honors Garrison Brown. Over the weekend, an Arizona animal shelter honored the late Sister Wives star Garrison Brown. Over the years, he received recognition for his achievements and his love of animals. See the charming moments from the occasion by continuing to read. Nearly 3 weeks have passed since Garrison Brown committed suicide. His family and everyone who knew him found this to be very difficult. He not only left behind his 3 cherished cats, but also 17 siblings. He had Ms. Buttons, Patches, and Cat Thu, the newest member. Just a few days before he died, Garrison saved Ms. Buttons from being put to death. Donations poured in to memorialize him because of his dedication to his furry buddies. Janelle Brown was astounded by how giving individuals could be when she learned about this. The High Country Humane Society in Flagstaff, Arizona chose to commemorate Garrison on March 23 to add to its already exceptional significance. In addition, they gave him and his 3 adorable fur pups the names of their cat adoption room and adoption room. Us Weekly reports that a High Country employee said the following during the dedication. "We raised a little over $25,000 in just 2 weeks, and we think we had close to 1,000 supporters. It's a wonderful remembrance of him and a real monument to the man he was. He had a strong interest in elderly cats, and some of the donors' notes were really moving, even though they were unaware of him outside of the Sister Wives program." Janelle Brown, who reposted it for her fans to view, was tagged in the dedication alongside Cody. The following were ecstatic about Garrison Brown's honor. "Amazingly good. Garrison, you are loved. What a lovely way to remember him. This makes my heart very happy. How amazing the legacy he left behind is. What a lovely spirit. At Janelle Brown 117, you ought to feel pleased with the lovely son you brought forth." What would happen to Garrison Brown's 3 cats after his death worried a lot of his supporters. They were unsure if they would be placed in a new home or returned to a shelter. Fortunately, they are now with his siblings. Cat Thu, who was saved by Garrison for the first time, is reportedly living with his brother Logan Brown and his spouse, Michelle Petty. A positive indication that they have remained in the family is the photo she posted of Cat Thu climbing around. How do you feel about High Country giving Garrison something so unique? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Cody Brown has an unpleasant street ahead. Will Robin leave him? Sister Spouses star Cody earthy coloreds experiencing right currently as he's lost his child, Post Brown, who voiced his issues with his dad on screen before. Since he and Post had a few issues, Cody should be unimaginably miserable. He's likely regretting all that occurred and wishing it might have been unique. While Post's in paradise presently, liberated from personal strife after supposedly living with liquor habit, Cody's still here on the planet. That is absolutely unfortunate to handle a grievous occasion. In Sister Spouses Season 18, Cody was peevish, self-indulging and irate. His emotional episodes were sensational. Janelle Brown swore at him on screen. Their theatrics worked out as they sat on the sofa of the little Arizona condo that she was leasing. At the point when things got excessively warmed, he'd pull on his earthy-colored calfskin coat and escape. Janelle could have done without the way that Cody essentially closed himself from her and their youngsters, including Post, during the coronavirus pandemic. The children could have done without it, by the same token. While nobody's to be faulted for Post's self-destruction, Cody's issues with his child might torment him. At the point when the pandemic began, a great many people were apprehensive. It was a particularly weird time. Individuals were passing on, there were no antibodies, and fundamental supplies, for example, bathroom tissue, were frequently elusive. Certain individuals responded by picking hypervigilance. They decided to sequester themselves and never left their air pockets. Cody concluded that extreme cautiousness was appropriate for the earthy-colored family. He and Robin, and the children they share, adhered to the strictest guidelines. Indeed, even mail must be cleaned somewhere near gloved hands before it was opened. Janelle and her youngsters by Cody dismissed these principles, thinking that they are excessively outrageous. They liked to keep CDC rules, which were more loose. Since their children wouldn't surrender specific things, for example, seeing better house and companions, Cody believed Janelle should remove them from her home. Janelle thought this was a dreadful solicitation, and she was correct. Cody thought he was making the best decision. Notwithstanding, there's a ton of criticism about Cody and Robin. With regards to this couple, right all along, the warnings have been waving in the breeze, according to the clasp displayed previously. Since they're so consumed with each other, it's conceivable that they blamed the pandemic so as to be distant from everyone else along with their youngsters. During the pandemic, Cody got a long break from polygamy. Since Robin covertly needed monogamy, she could have been pushing her mate, empowering him to be as cautious about coronavirus rules as could be expected. That would harm his associations with different spouses. It would unleash devastation and draw Robin nearer to her definitive objective, having Cody all to herself. That objective was at last accomplished. All of this has now blown up. Cody didn't understand how serious his child's concerns were. Janelle realized that Post was upset, yet didn't have the foggiest idea how extreme his issues were. Post kept a portion of his sentiments hidden. Obviously, assuming he'd shared all that he was feeling, his folks would have made a special effort to help him. Janelle, specifically, would have performed every miracle necessary to prevent this from occurring. When she saw an upsetting gathering text, she became concerned, despite the fact that the text wasn't so much for her. Janelle messaged Post to check whether he was all right. They talked for some time, and afterward he exited the discussion. That is the point at which she got somebody to keep an eye on him. This is all terrible. Presently, Cody and Robin need to genuinely look at everything that they've accomplished throughout the long term and why such countless individuals think they destroyed their loved ones. They need to reside with each and every decision and where every one of their choices have driven. The family gifts that tormented the Browns were certainly, in any event, somewhat Cody and Robin's shortcoming. Cody leaned toward Robin and the plural marriage turned into a bad dream for different spouses. Kids were impacted. It's all exceptionally miserable, and presently, Cody and Robin might turn on one another. How might they wipe the slate clean with all that has occurred? How might they continue on together? The one who mockingly called his different spouses is presently thinking about his own words and activities in the most profound and most agonizing manner. Robin's presumably doing likewise. Assuming that Cody and Robin stay together, they'll keep on being viewed as reprobates by the fan base. The present moment, Janelle's getting affection and backing from fans, however Cody isn't. Fans imagine that Cody didn't give Post sufficient love. On one of Cody's Instagram posts, a fan left a fierce message after Post's passing. This fan felt that Cody didn't give his child consistent reassurance, and this is really one of the milder remarks. Some of them are just rankling. Sister spouse's fans are halting barely shy of faulting Cody for the demise of his youngster. That might be incredibly out of line, yet most don't generally tend to assume that he was a decent dad to Post. In this way, the responsibility and disgrace that he should feel is likely out of this world. Robin is probable inclination it, as well. Some of the time, she might contemplate whether the marriage merits the disdain that she gets. Robin might dream of a day-to-day existence where she's not public phone number one. She might need more from life than being an unscripted television bad guy. While Robin's shown steadfastness to Cody before, she started to of late reprimand him more. It seems like he cherishes her more than she adores him. Post is gone and nothing can bring him back. He was a great individual who cherished his loved ones. Post helped creatures, was an incredible buddy to his companions, and had a warm and cherishing character. Certainly, he had issues, yet that is not the very thing anybody ought to zero in on the present moment. His great characteristics ought to be recollected. The sort of aggravation that drives somebody to self-destruction is terrible, its gloom. Melancholy is genuine, it's a pestilence in the public eye. Melancholy, whether treated or untreated, can kill. Individuals who feel this sort of gloom merit empathy, they don't merit judgment. Find happiness in the hereafter, Post.